I was born where the fjords cut deep like old scars, where the winter doesn't ask, it just takes. My father put an axe in my hand before I could speak, said, "Boy, you don't cry for the lake, you make the lake cry for you." I've seen men die in their beds, white sheets, soft pillows, their eyes empty, their hands clean, their names forgotten by the tide. That's not a death, that's a surrender written in a warm room. I'd rather freeze on a shield than rot in a king's borrowed room. So don't tell me about your heaven with golden streets and peaceful sleep. My heaven is broken bones and mead that tastes like iron. My heaven is a door that only opens when you bleed on the threshold, and the key is not a prayer, the key is the edge. There's one way, only one way to Valhalla. And not through your knees, not through your tears, not through a whisper in the dark. There's one way, only one way to Valhalla. And it's through the blade, yeah, it's through the blade. I sailed with a crew of ghosts before we knew we were dead. We left our mother's cries on the shore like loose thread. The longship doesn't turn around, that's not what it was built for. It was built to burn either in water or in war. I remember the first man I couldn't say. He looked at me, smiled, said, "Save me a horn." I didn't cry, a Viking doesn't cry for the brave. I just gripped my axe and carved his name into the storm. Some man asked, "How do you know if you're ready?" You don't, the blade doesn't ask if you said goodbye. The blade just comes, and when it comes you stand. Not because you're strong, because you're a man who decided to die standing. There's one way, only one way to Valhalla. And not through your knees, not through your tears, not through a whisper in the dark. There's one way, only one way to Valhalla. And it's through the blade, yeah, it's through the blade. I don't have a son, I have an axe that remembers my father's grip. I don't have a throne, I have a ship that leaks but never sinks. I don't have a God who promises me paradise for being good. I have Odin who only loves the ones who spill blood in the mud. So if you see me lying on the field with my chest open, don't pray for me, don't close my eyes like I'm sleeping. Pour meat into my mouth even if it spills through the wound, and tell them I didn't crawl, tell them I went out reaching. I never wanted a long life, I wanted a loud death. One that echoes through the halls until the roof shakes. One that makes the Valkyries argue over who gets to carry me. One that makes the old men nod and the young men brave. If you're listening to this song and your hands are still clean, don't nod along, you haven't earned the right. This isn't music for the safe, this is a map for the ones who've already left. And there's no return address, there's only the fight. There's one way, only one way to Valhalla. And not through your knees, not through your tears, not through a whisper in the dark. There's one way, only one way to Valhalla. And it's through the blade, yeah, it's through the blade. There's one way, I woke up in the mud with a skull that's cracked, me on my back, but my axe is intact. They thought I was dead, they turned around too fast. I grabbed the blade by the edge, made the ground and laugh. My mouth tastes like victory. Broken ribs don't count when you're history. I don't pray to any god, I don't beg for mercy. If Odin wants me today, let him come and get me. But he won't, because I'm not done. I still got 10 more throats before I see the sun. My love ship burns on shore, doesn't matter anymore. I'm not sailing back, I'm marching through the war. Valhalla rising, Valhalla rising. From the blood and the bone, I'm coming to the throne. Valhalla rising, Valhalla rising. No shield on my arm, no fear in my charm. Valhalla rising, Valhalla rising. The gatekeeper is shaking, the ravens are waiting. Still fast, more aggressive, voice gets raspier. You think you know pain, you've never felt the frost that lives inside my veins. Every battle that I lost made me sharper than the blades that cut my father's name. Now I write it in the necks of the cowards who came. I don't wear chainmail, slows me down too much. Naked chest against your steel, that's the Viking touch. You bring 10 men, I bring one axe. You bring 100 more, I leave 100 tracks of your guts on the snow, of your teeth in the dirt. Every single drop of red just reminds me what I'm worth. Worth the seat in the hall, worth the me that never ends, worth the laughter of the fallen, worth the grip of my best friends. But not yet, not today. Till Valhalla I'll be late, I've got more skulls to decorate. Valhalla rising, Valhalla rising. From the blood and the bone, I'm coming to the throne. Valhalla rising, Valhalla rising. No shield on my arm, no fear in my charm. Valhalla rising, Valhalla rising. The gatekeeper is shaking, the ravens are what? Valhalla rising. No chains, no gods, no fear. My art, my axe, my oath, my blood, my growth. I am the storm they warned you about. I am the reason you pray before the raid. I am the last thing you see before you fade. No mercy, no pause, no tears, no cross. Just steel, just real, just blood, just lost. I take your head, I take your name. Valhalla rising, that's my land. Valhalla rising, Valhalla rising. From the blood and the bone, I'm sitting on the throne. Valhalla rising, Valhalla rising. The gatekeeper is born, wait the waves, it's a hell. Valhalla rising, Valhalla rising. I don't knock on the door, I break the floor. Valhalla rising, Valhalla rising, Valhalla rising. Valhalla is calling. Valhalla is calling. Valhalla is calling. Frost on my beard,
salt on my skin. I've been sailing since the fire within. No compass points to where I go, only the raven and the blood I owe. My father fell before I could stand. He died with an axe in his right hand. No priest, no prayer, no wooden cross, just steel and shadow and the smell of loss. I've seen kings beg on their knees, I've seen cowards pray to the breeze. But me, I sharpen my blade in the snow, let the Nords decide when it's time to go. I don't need gold, I don't need land, I need a shield wall and a fighting band. Because when the arrow pierces my chest, I wanna die among the best.
Valhalla calling, can you hear the drum? Valhalla calling, the brave will come. No bed of silk, no peaceful fall. Valhalla calling, I hear it call. Valhalla calling, the long ship waits. Valhalla calling, outside the gates. Drop the oar, raise the blade. Valhalla calling, I'm not afraid.
The weak hide behind stone and wall, the strong stand tall when the ravens call. I've been cut, I've been bruised, I've been left for dead, but I rose with a hammer and a broken head. My shield is scars like a winter tree. Every dent is a memory of a battle lost, a friend gone home, a fighting alone on a frozen throne. They said surrender, bow your knee. I said come take it from me. I'd rather bleed out in the pouring rain than live a day in a gilded chain. This life is short, this wound is deep, but the oath I swore I will keep. To die with my hand on the leather grip and never let the cowards whisper slay.
Valhalla calling, can you hear the drum? Valhalla calling, the brave will come. No bed of silk, no peaceful fall. Valhalla calling, I hear it call. Valhalla calling, the long ship waits. Valhalla calling, outside the gates. Drop the oar, raise the blade. Valhalla calling,
I'm not afraid. Odin, Odin, see my scars, see my sin. I gave my youth to the frozen sea. I gave my blood to the enemy. I gave my tears to no one's grave. Only the wind, only the brave. Take my oar, take my name, just don't let me die in shame. Let me hear the battle cry, let me see the raven's eye.
Valhalla calling, can you hear the drum? Valhalla calling, the brave will come. No bed of silk, no peaceful fall. Valhalla calling, I hear it call. Valhalla calling, the long ship waits. Valhalla calling, outside the gates. Drop the oar, raise the blade. Valhalla calling,
I'm not afraid. When the axe falls, when the light leaves my eyes, don't bury me in the ground.
Risk calling. Valhalla.
The sun is low. The shields are cracked. I see you falling slow. Don't close your eyes yet, brother. We drink one last time in the hall. snow drank your blood before the ground could. Your axe arm still twitching, that's how I knew you were good. They said 200 came, you took 109. Then a spear found your neck, but you never stepped back in line. I held your head while the ravens circled low. You whispered, did we win? I said, go watch the fjord glow. You laughed with blood on your teeth, that laugh I'll never forget. A real Viking doesn't cry, so I haven't cried yet.
See you in Valhalla. Save my place near the fire. See you in Valhalla.
I'll come running when I tire.
See you in Valhalla. Keep my meat horn full. See you in Valhalla. I got one more skull to pull.
We burned 11 villages before breakfast last spring. You stole a Saxon crown and wore it like a ring. They called us savages, you called us free. Remember that priest you laughed? Your God can't help you, only me. I still carry your shield, it has your teeth marks on the rim. Every morning I touch it, that's how I remember him. Not the way he died, no, the way he lived. A hand on the oar, a throat to be ripped, nothing else to give.
See you in Valhalla. Save my place near the fire. See you in Valhalla.
Shield brothers, never gone. Shield brothers, still move on. Shield brothers, in the wind. Shield brothers, let the feast begin. My wife asked me last night, why don't you grieve? I said, he's not dead, he just took an early leave. She doesn't understand, she wasn't on that shore. She didn't hear him laugh when his own blood poured. Some men die out in bed, some men die in shame. My brother died with an axe and a laugh and a name. They'll sing about him in the longhouse for 1,000 years. And every time they raise a horn, I'll pretend I don't feel the tears. But I do, I feel them deep in the chest. But a Viking doesn't cry, he just sharpens the rest. So I'll keep raiding, keep sailing, keep painting the shore red. And when I finally fall, I'll find you on the battlefield bed.
See you in Valhalla.
Save my place near the fire.
See you in Valhalla.
I'll come running when I tire.
See you in Valhalla.
Keep my mid horn full.
See you in Valhalla.
I've got one more skull to pull. See you in Valhalla, brother.
The ravens have seen my footsteps. The wolf has smelled my wounds. And the keeper of the golden doors, he knows my name. I have walked through 1,000 winters, felt the frostbite peel my skin. I have tasted salt from 100 oceans and the iron taste of my own blood within. Not a king, not a jarl, not a chieftain's son, just a man with an axe and a broken shield. But every scar on my chest is a battle won, and every wound is a truth revealed. They say the weak die in their beds, with silken mead and a woman's cry. But I will die with the sword in my hands, with the Valkyries screaming across the sky.
Open the gates! Open the gates!
Open the gates for the brave. I did not crawl, I did not beg, I called my name on 1,000 graves.
Open the gates! Open the gates!
Let the golden hall receive a man who never knelt to fear, a man who knew when to leave.
remember the first axe I ever swung. My father's hand on my wrist. He said, boy, the world will break your bones, but never let it break your fist. I lost that axe in a foreign fjord, buried deep in a raider's chest, and I left that man with the northern crows while the snow turned red on his frozen breast. I have seen the shield wall shatter. I have heard the war horns choke. I have held my brother's leaking neck and watched the light go out with every stroke. Some men pray to Odin for glory. Some men pray for a quick white death. But I only pray for one more sunrise and the strength to hold my breath. No coward ever saw these doors. No liar ever crossed this floor. The gatekeeper smells the fear on your tongue and the shame on the knees that bow too young. So let him look into my eyes. Let him count the ghosts I've slain. Let him ask the ravens where I've been and the wolves that followed my blood-stained lane. I am not pure, I am not clean, but I am true, and I am mean. And the only thing I leave behind is the fear I put in the brave man's mind. Open the gates, open the gates, open the gates for the brave. I did not hide, I did not trade my honor for a quiet brave. Open the gates, open the gates. Valhalla, hear my call. I come not as a beggar man, I come as a hammer that refused to fall. So if you see me in the morning mist, with my axe raised high and my shield half split, do not mourn me, do not weep, do not promise to remember me. Just raise your horn and spit on the ground, and tell the skalds to sing it loud, that I died with my boots still wet, with a curse on my lips and no regret. And when you reach the golden door, with your own wounds still fresh and sore, tell the keeper you knew a man who never once broke the Viking law. The law that says you earn your seat,
Or you rot beneath